I said, you were going in. Oh, God bless the child that can hold his own. Real talk, real spit. On the subject of children, you know that old passage about, spare the rod, spoil the child. It's a fine line, and nobody knows what it perfectly is. I mean, to be a parent, you have to learn that kind of thing. But to spare the rod or spoil the child is the choice of discipline that child so that they realize that their actions have consequences. And it's not always going to be something you can discuss with them when you see that they're acting purposely out of character. Words like tear that ass up, beat the black off him, all that kind of stuff is extreme now in theory, but the gist of it is biblically condoned that you discipline that child, even if you don't hit them to put marks or leave marks and bruises. But if you simply go from chastising to physically letting them know, I will not let you do that because that's wrong. I will not let you hurt yourself because you don't know any better. And then once you know better and you still do it, the explanation has already been made. And now, yeah, I'm going to paddle your bottom. I'm going to belt that ass. I'm going to paint your back porch red. I'm going to wear that ass out a tad. I'm going to, I'm going to physically let you know that what I'm saying is for your best interest because you aren't contemplating what you're doing before you do it. Like when, mama come in there already with the belt because she know what you did and you start crying before she even get to you all the way because you know you done messed up. Get out of here with that shit. A mama be, and then you in the mirror crying and making yourself cry harder because you feel all bad like she did something wrong. Nah, you did something wrong. And what she did was try to prevent you from doing it again. My cousin, love him to death. Some of the choices he made got him in some situations that caused us to lose him for a long time. And when he came back to the world, came back home, he used to remind me all the time of how much he wished he'd have stayed closer to us to receive that discipline because he believed it would have diverted some of the things he did. It hurt us to lose him and it hurt him to be lost because the system ain't designed to totally rehabilitate all the time, you know what I'm saying? You don't need to be gone for 20 and 30 and 40 years like they'll give sentences for simply for rehabilitation. No, it constructs you into something different. He wasn't one of the ones that had the mindset to let him break him, and now he's okay. But to lose him still hurt. And the discipline probably would have helped us not to have lost him when we did, or as long as we did, because he's back home now and he's making it. But that ain't always the case. Spare the rod, spoil the child. You have to use some judgment, but yeah, make sure your kids ain't out running around and you turning the other way because you're busy on the phone or you're having a conversation or you're busy with the company you brought and them and their kids and discussions of the child while the child running all through the freaking public mall or all around the street, you know what I'm saying, or endangering themselves by being in harm's way because you're not paying enough attention, which frightens other parents because then they want to tear your ass up because you ain't paying attention. What are you doing so that you ain't watching your child? Probably nothing. Just a little tidbit, just something, you know what I'm saying, when I get to see a lot of children here, a lot of families here, and their upbringing of children is different than ours back stateside. But it's practically like if you don't have a nanny, but you can get a nanny. Most people have nannies. They're not tending to their children themselves, and they have nannies. And the nannies are just stressed out. The nannies are like they need weed, Prozac, and probably a bump, because the parents pay no attention. That's what we got you for, nanny. Go get him. He's down the street. You know what I'm saying? Or they just running around and they're trying to tell them what to do and the child is snatching away or the child is hitting them back or just totally disregarding what they're being told by the nanny. And it's the parent's job to make sure that just because I have a nanny don't mean the nanny's going to raise my child. The nanny's going to tend to the child, keep an eye on the child, but it's your job to raise the child. That responsibility don't go to nobody else. It's a privilege That's why you had them. Enjoy it. I'll holla at y'all.